Hi everyone, what is up? It's your girl Tosca. Hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend. It is Saturday, July 19th. I'm drinking my coffee. I got this mug at the Beau Rivage in Mississippi, Biloxi, Mississippi, and I had so much fun there. There's like, you just never realize how many places are just so beautiful and so much fun to go to, and it's like not a lot of people know where they are. So before I get started, I this is going to be a oracle box opening, um, and I want you guys to just check it out and just see, the deck. And this is kind of like a little thank you for you guys because, the personal readings that I do really help support my channel, and I'm putting that really heavy out there right now because you guys do it for me, and now I want to give back to you. So this is a kind of like an oracle deck reveal, and it's like a box opening kind of. Oh my gosh, right? Like, what is it? So this is just for you guys, and we're gonna check out the cards and see what comes out. I'm guessing this might be a general reading or like a timeless reading, but take what resonates. Um, and yeah, just chill out, enjoy it, drink some coffee, see what message comes out, see what message is meant for you. And before I get started, this is a lavender obsidian. It's so pretty. Like, it's even prettier in person. It's got like a lavender sheen. It almost looks kind of clear, but then it has like striations inside. It's very pretty. All right. Sending you guys massive love and light. I'm hearing like stress free, stress free, stress free. All right, you guys. So the two decks that I got, and again, this is all from personal readings. You guys help me get the best of the best of the best. So the first deck I got is the Wisdom of the Oracle Divination cards. And this is by Colette Baron Reed. And it's got 52 cards. The illustration looks very pretty. And then the second one I got is the Archetypes deck and guidebook. The Wild Unknown Archetypes deck and guidebook. It's so pretty. I got led to this because someone, she's become a friend of mine, but someone had recommended this specific deck for me. And so I just said, let me just bite the bullet and just get it because it's been calling out to me, and it's just like the colors and the illustrations are just so pretty. All right, we'll start with the Wisdom of the Oracle. And so I'm just unboxing, unwrapping this whole thing. It's like in a red box like this. Ooh. And it comes with a guidebook. And this is the back of the deck. It's so pretty, you guys. It's just so pretty. You just, I'm gonna have to unwrap this. Okay. It's just so pretty. And it comes like this, and here are, oh my gosh, this is 1, 2, 3. These are very beautiful. Orphaned. Beautiful cards. Not for you. These have more, I feel like these have more, yeah, metaphysical meaning to it, but it has more of a clear, yeah, all that glitters. Look how pretty that is. And enchanting gifts. And to be fair, yeah, so you know, I was kind of led to these by a friend, and she had done a reading for me, and she had recommended these decks. So you know, I want to show you guys that there's more to tarot than, you know, reading, you know, just regular, for example, regular tarot. There's more. There's oracle cards, there's crystal cards. I got mermaid decks. Jeez. And now this is the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck. So let me just take a knife. You know what song is coming in my head as I'm opening this book? As I'm opening this deck is the song by Drake, Started from the Bottom, Now We're Here. Because it really feels like when I started my YouTube channel, I started with nothing, guys. I'm just being honest. This is an honest tarot channel. I only tell you what I see. Obviously, it's subject to change. Sometimes there's changes in life, but like I really started with zero. Like I was doing horoscopes. I was doing, you know, elements and Cancer this and Leo that, and you know, around, you know, Leo season you're gonna do this. It was very much very generalized, and you kind of have to thank Johnny Depp, because if it wasn't for Johnny Depp and the Amber Heard trial, I don't think I would be able to do things. And here comes my cat. Here she comes. Here she comes. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry, you guys. Oh, but the box is beautiful. Look at that. Look at that box. And it's got like a metal opening like that. Like a magnet opening. Yeah. Accept all, reject none. And that's all what my tarot channel is about, you guys. It's all about, I don't reject anything. I don't reject anyone, whatever belief systems you have, whatever way of life you have. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. And it comes with this book. And it's so pretty. You guys, this is all you. This is all you. You guys did this for me. So I'm just unboxing and doing all of this for you guys. But I don't reject even the hateration comments. You know, I'll take it. Yeah, this is the little circular box that it comes in. And look, you guys. It's in a diamond. How pretty. Like, this is really what stuck out to me. It came out in this diamond back, and like look at the illustration. Just look. The mother, very feminine. The father, you know, the Starborn. Beautiful. I am feeling a strong sense of, if you guys ever took psychology, the orphan again. If you guys ever took psychology in college or in high school, what I am picking up from this deck already is Carl Jung, yes, but I'm also feeling a lot of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, is what I'm feeling with this. So there's some things that you can like look, there's some representations of it that you might haven't noticed in the past and now you can see it. So I think I'm gonna take 3 cards from this and 3 cards from this and do a little reading for you guys. Just a little, you know, a little something something for you. Alright. This is the Wisdom of the Oracle. Yes, blessed and yang. I just cut the deck 22 and 1. So I feel you guys, you know, be thankful for your blessings. I think this is really speaking to me because I do feel very blessed with my channel. I do feel very blessed when it comes to you guys, even though it can, you know, I do read all the comments. Sorry, my hair is a little bit out there. Thank you so much. You know, you guys made this happen for me, you know, both of us, like we all did this together. And we created, I mean, my channel is literally something that I never imagined it would be. So thank you guys for your support. 3 cards please for my collective. What better way to use my tarot deck than to just do a little channeled message for you guys. One more shuffle. I'm hearing one more shuffle. Yeah, breathe, imagine, relax, take your time. Some of you have very vivid dreams or vivid imaginations. Or you could have grown up having a lot of imaginations. 3 cards, please. I'm also seeing imaginary friends. So if that makes sense to you. 3 cards, please, for my collective. Sabrina, are you okay? Please, 2 more cards, please. One more card. Give me one more. Let's do one more as a bonus card. Oh my gosh, blessed came out. Blessed. I feel like if you are watching this, chopwood and serendipity. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is so beautiful. So I just took out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's just do one more. 10 cards. 10 cards for you guys, boys. All right. So the first card we have is a leg up. Beautiful polar bears. Look how pretty that is. The second card we have is orphaned. The third card we have is flexible. The fourth card we have is the Fates. The fifth card is blessed. Then you got the sixth card, unfinished symphony. And you got a chance in the wind. How pretty is that? I love zebras, you guys. Then you have chop wood. Then you have serendipity and poised. So some of you guys are being redirected right now, and I want to say that I'm seeing like fate is on your side. You may feel like nothing may have been happening for a long time, or you may have lost a lot in the last year, maybe 2-3 years. And now you're just regaining your stability with the poised card here. I know that it may feel minimal at times, but you are being blessed right now with a leg up. And sometimes when you push things out there, you may feel like it's coming from a place of lack, but it's really knowing that you built something on your own with the orphan here. You may have never had the family or the attention or the friendships that you actually needed, but it's part of your journey with the unfinished symphony here. It's part of your journey to kind of go through it. Some of you may have some abandonment issues, so please be careful of that. Please be careful of that. Please understand that you are not alone. You are blessed and highly favored. I'm going to say that. You are blessed and highly favored. Flexible and a chance in the wind. So for some of you, you guys are going to be given a second chance. For some of you, this could be in love. For some of you, this could be in work. For some of you, it could be in a relationship from the past. But what I'm really getting about this, if this is a relationship, it's not necessarily what you want per se, and that's fine if we can't always get what we want. But I feel like this is something that you may need. There's a relationship that's coming in for you that's maybe not conventional, something that you didn't really see coming with a chance in the wind. It was probably someone who may have talked to you and then stopped talking to you. It could have been someone who was a little bit flaky, but then you're like, okay, let me give this guy a chance, or let me give this person a chance. And it doesn't feel like, it feels like maybe both of you have a lot of differences. Maybe there's a lot of cultural differences. Maybe there's a lot of different ideas about what a relationship should be. So it's almost like, how are you going to make it work with flexibility here, with flexible here? How are you going to make it work? I'm always hearing that saying, those who can't bend break. It's like a bamboo, right? Bamboo, it just like kind of sways in the wind instead of like just breaking down. So it's funny how I said bamboo and it's like chop wood and the fates. Yeah, there's something here about so for some of you, it's clearing out the mess, clearing out your home. I'm seeing you guys airing out your house, like open the windows and stuff and let the air kind of flow through. I'm seeing cinnamon. So if you ever think about using cinnamon, it's funny because serendipity and poised is here. Cinnamon is really good for manifesting. So if you're manifesting something, maybe a little more abundance, maybe a raise, maybe something, put some cinnamon under your tongue or blow some cinnamon on your front door. And I'm seeing a lot of cinnamon and action-driven things. But you're fine. You're in this place of with the fate here, you're in the place of, I know I got this. I can handle this. I got this. Right? So I feel that, but I feel like some of you may need to clean your house, may need to, just kind of clear and free up some space, right? Like your computer or like your phone, you got to clear up some space. That's what I'm seeing, clearing out some space. You got serendipity and poised. So I feel like you're being directed right now. I think that right now for you, this is a timeless reading, but today is 7/19. So I feel like within now and within the next 2 weeks, I think it's a very it's a very lucky time. It's a very serendipitous time for you to manifest what you want and need. It's very fated. It's very it's understood. And I feel like the universe may be redirecting you and pointing you into maybe you've been looking another way and you're like, well, what is this? Nothing seems to be working out. And the universe is kind of like moving you towards like, maybe you need to look into this instead of putting your mind and energy into that. Because obviously if that hasn't been working out, like for the past whatever 10 years or whatever, or 3 months, maybe you should move your sights to something that actually could work out. All right, that is what I have for this deck. Give me one more card. One more card, please. Yeah, Thinker. Happy, happy, happy. I love this card. Yeah. Regeneration is on the bottom and a new life. I'm getting a sense of rebirth, renewing. Some of you need to kind of just take some time to rest and regenerate and get that energy up, because you're being headed into a new life. You know, when a woman gets pregnant, when a mom gets pregnant, she doesn't give birth the next day. She gives birth in 9 months. So it's almost like you've planted the seeds for so long that now it's time to, like, new life is coming in. And I think some of you have been, you see the difference between orphaned and new life? Look at that difference. Some of you may have been stuck here and seeing things kind of doom and gloom, like it's like nothing's gonna work out for me. Like it feels like nothing's working out. And it's like, nope, something's working out. But for some of you, you got to let go of your past. Or maybe you've been looking at your past for a long time and you've been thinking about it. But right now it's telling you, like, to regenerate and get your vibration up with happy, happy. Get your vibration up. Enjoy the things that you have. Maybe you don't have, you feel like you don't have enough. And the universe is like, no, you got it. You got it. You know, you're fine. Yeah, to be fair, you have everything you need, you know. An observer. And the never-ending story. Take a look at the people that are around you. Be fair. And also be fair to yourself. And, it never stops. This life, you know, we're always going to keep learning. We're always going to keep chugging through. We're always going to keep understanding new things, new ways. You're going to meet some for some of you, you're going to meet people who are like, I can't believe that person really thinks that way. Who thinks like that? That's like so bizarre. Like, what? Why do you think that way? I remember I met a guy couple of years ago. Jesus, like he oh, I'm sorry. But he was like, he's like, do you want kids? And I said, yeah, I mean, if it happens, it happens. And he's like, no, but do you really want kids? And I said, well, like, I'm not opposed to the idea of being a mother. And he's like, I already have like 3 kids. And I said, oh wow, that's a lot of, that's a handful. And he's like, but I want more. I want 8 kids. And I said, what? And he said, because I don't know. I don't I don't know if, if one passes on, at least you have another one. And one, I was like, who thinks like that? That is so weird. All right, this is my archetype oracle deck. It's hard to shuffle because it's circular. And as you can see, it's a diamond. We're going to use this one, the Poet. Oh, beautiful. Alright, Spirit, give me like 6 cards from this deck. And I might actually read from the book so you guys can see and interpret if this actually resonates with you. Some of you are creative. Some of you hide your emotions with the Poet here. Like, you may journal, you may write a lot, but you don't necessarily, you hide your feelings from the rest of the world. Like, how you portray yourself at work or at the mundane world is completely different than how you feel inside. Kairos. This is Cairo. Then you have the Storm. Beautiful, the Storm. Ooh. Poet, Kairos, the Storm. The Underworld. This is a little dark, huh? The Underworld. The Fault Line. And the Bardo. Okay, got 6 cards here. Give me one more card. What other messages do you have for my collective? Ooh. Just one card, please. The Shaman. So some of you are taking this spiritual life pretty seriously. Look, the Orphan is coming out again. Remember in the other deck, the Orphan came out? All right, for some of you, before I read, for some of you, you are very creative. For some of you, you are being led to do something. I think I saw this yesterday also, but for some of you, you are being, there's going to be a change in your life, like a complete change with the Fault Line here, and the Storm here, like, and it's gonna feel maybe a little bit too emotional, maybe too, I don't want to say dramatic, but it can feel kind of like tense. It can be feeling kind of tense. For some of you with the Underworld here, the Orphan and the Shaman, you're going through a dark night of the soul. And that's good. You need to go through that. We have a balance of our light. When I say I send you massive love and light, it really is love and light, because we always have light, but we also have our dark, and we gotta like embrace the two. Like, just cause there's darkness doesn't necessarily mean it's bad or it's evil or it's wrong. We all have parts in our lives that make us see, like, why do we feel this way? Why does this feel a little bit darker? Why does this feel a little bit out of character for me? Well, how did your parents react to things? How did your siblings react to things? How do you see how your fans or friends react to things? And so sometimes we hide those emotions because they feel a little bit too dramatic or too dark. And we don't want to show it because it puts us in a bad light. It's like the rest of the world is going to think, hey, you're a little too much. And you know what? It's okay to be a little too much. We have our moments, but not to rely on those emotions not to like hold on and be reactionary to those emotions. Like if you're feeling bad or depressed, okay, so why? What's going on? How did this lead to this part? You're really going to the root of the problem or the root of the situation. All right, so I'm going to start out with the poet. How beautiful that is. This is very therapeutic to me. So the poet. Let's see what page it is on because I don't know. Okay, well, the Bardo came out first, so I'm going to read on the Bardo. So this is the Bardo. Look at all those skulls around. It is said that the Bardo is a place between this life and the next, a liminal realm through which souls pass. Envisioning its inherently mysterious space creates the potential for us to rise above the concerns of this world and see our relationship through a cosmic and timeless lens. We may receive messages from those who are no longer with us or see visions of lives not yet lived. In the Bardo, there is a potential to forgive the unforgivable. Remember the darkness, right? To say the unsaid, to see the unseen, and to love the unloved. To let go of all the things that cause us pain. The Bardo suspends us in its spaciousness for just long enough to open us to a higher wisdom. Its energy does not belong to Earth as we know it, but rather to the cosmic network of which we are a single thread. So this is, when it comes to the light, this means spaciousness, grace, forgiveness, and truth. When this is in the dark, this is dislocation, hallucination, torment, and transience. Okay. The Bardo is not to be feared. Take advantage of its energy by recognizing what needs to be resolved. Trust that there is a higher message for you from beyond who is speaking. Go ahead and listen. Listen to yourself. Okay? All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, the Shaman came out. This also came out for me in a personal reading. The Shaman came out. 3 archetypal ingredients constitute the shaman, and all must be present in order to reveal its magic. First, the shaman is activated by long-standing and diligent study, the mentor. Second, its orientation is generously and accurately aimed towards the healing of the self, the other, and the culture, the healer. And the third, the shaman has a knack for finding doorways to the other world, another other world type of thing, allowing psychic visions and old magic to leak into this world, the unseen. In this way, the shaman is a master who bridges the everyday and the sacred, revealing potent power needed desperately in our time. Yet, where there is power, there is shadow. So the shaman must be vigilant in studying their darkness. This card reminds us that there is a force of healing, that the force of healing is ultimately not our own. We must shape it and share it with the world. When in the light, it's a fearless student and practitioner. When in the dark, overpromises, blames, hurts self and others. Contrary to popular belief, the shaman archetype appears in every vocation. Teachers, directors, surgeons, politicians, and poets are just a few of the faces a shaman may wear. All right. That's very interesting. Very interesting. Let me see if I can find this. The poet. There you go. The poet's work is to feel immensely and not to be afraid. They must seek out truth in the darkest corners of the world and carry it back for all to see. This unique capacity resides within us all, regardless of our relationship to creativity. When the poet energy is present, there is a call for deep honesty and reflection, for seeing the big picture within the little one. The poet rides effortlessly between the personal and universal. It is possible that others may not seem to listen or care about the poet's work, but do not be discouraged. The words of the poet ring true for centuries to come, soothing the wounds of despair and violence that captivate our world. The poet's work is never finished. Find your voice and trust that the wind will carry it. When in the light, it is clairvoyant, wise, and timeless. When in the dark, harmful words, sharp tongue, and thwarted creativity. The poet is related to the shaman and the bridge. These archetypes hover in the meeting place between the everyday and the sacred. Interesting. Very interesting deck. Okay, what is the next one? I'm thinking the underworld, but I could be wrong. Yeah, the underworld. The underworld. Beautiful. I love it. Look how pretty that is. I think it's beautiful. There is no time to mince words. The archetypal territory of the underworld is fraught with nightmares, suffering, and pain. It is the darkest shadow realm which we might vigilantly try to avoid or deny at any cost. Try as we might, the darkness pulls us into the depths through disturbing dream images, unexpected accidents, illness, war, conflict, and ultimately death. Not visiting the underworld or denying its existence altogether is what gives it dangerous power. Traversing its forces, it forces us to bow humbly to the greater force that be, while summoning the inner strength we previously underestimated. Take solace that the underworld subsumes everyone from time to time, making us deeper friends, more intimate partners, soldiers of light amid our shadowy times. Facing darkness and choosing light is the most profound calling of all. And when in the light, it is bravery, depth, facing our deepest fears, In the dark, it's denial, suppression, evil, unconsciousness. One of the earliest stories on record is that of the goddess Inanna's descent. Turns out, descending into the underworld is as old as time itself. I am getting Dante's Inferno with this one. If you don't know, check out Dante's Inferno. It's a book. It's also a video game, but it's a book. It was written a long, like, centuries ago, but it's a book that I've always thought was very interesting. The Orphan. And I'm getting some of you have strong abandonment issues, so, be gentle with yourself. To study the orphan is to study the deep and challenging energy of our time. We are never more connected, yet face collective isolation. The refugee crisis haunts our planet. Children are separated from parents, and the earth begs for our attention. We are in a time of universal orphanage of nature, of each other, of our own hearts. Take refuge in the fact that we all share this care, wound, and dilemma. It is normal to fear this card. It is as it haunts the caverns of the soul. When it appears, take time, real time, to be in the presence of the feelings this card stirs in you. Let it humble you. What are you starving for? What is your deepest gift you could imagine giving to others? What has been rejected is quite possibly what is most needed, dear one. When in the light, it's deep solace, deep acceptance, and deep love. When in the dark, it's distance, hates, and avoids, controlling and limiting. This tenderness beyond tenderness is required. Imagine holding yourself in your hands. To recognize that each one of us fears rejection and isolation is to take one step towards the orphan. More kindness always. So be kind to yourself. I'm getting like a snake, so I don't know if some of you may have like a snake tattoo. Like I'm getting like a snake around the wrist. So I don't know if that means anything for anyone, but yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Let's see. Let's go with the Storm. The Queen, the Hunter, the Maiden, the Poet. This really makes you kind of, I feel like this deck really makes you reflect on what happened in your past. So we don't want to really take baggage from our past, but we got to understand, like, how do we resolve situations? No one's perfect. So it almost makes us like look objectively into our own lives, like our own personal lives, and see what is going on. This doesn't feel right. This, or to trust your intuition, like what's going on, like why do I feel this way, or why do I think this way? Because sometimes we're put in a position where pain and suffering, if that's all you see and that's all you think that life is pain and suffering. But when you go to the root of the problem and you kind of make that change, like, oh, it's not really all that bad. Like, it's not really crazy. It's not really all that. Like, I got through that. Like, I could handle that. It makes you feel a lot more understanding to yourself and a lot more kinder to yourself, because no one's life is perfect. So, yeah. The Storm. Possessing an energy much like the Tarot's Tower card, the Storm undoes all that. Everything that was solid, unknown, and relied upon is stripped away by the winds of fate. The ground becomes the sky, and the sky becomes the center, and then the center disappears. The storm is a great equalizer. No matter how far we've come on the path, no matter our age, wealth, or wisdom, we cannot hide from its savage winds. Their disturbing howls stir anxiety and make it possible to see and think straight. You must wait it out. If you try to fight the storm, you will lose. A better option is to seek temporary shelter and a reliable friend. When all else fails, go within. There, for a moment, you settle into the eye of the storm. When in the light, meaningful obliteration and annihilation. When in the dark, meaningless disorder and dysfunction. The storm lays bare the truth that there are forces larger than you. This understanding is a relief, but also a predicament of power that requires you to surrender. Oh, yeah. Surrendering and acceptance is massive. It's massive. You have to. Like, you just have to. It's life. It really is life. Like, if again, like with that flexible card that came out earlier, it's like if you don't bend, you break. Like you almost have to have like your center is yourself. Like you really have to know how to balance and harmonize you and your I guess your meaning to the world, because sometimes people feel like, maybe it doesn't matter to me, maybe it doesn't have anything to impart to me personally. But at times when things kind of go, it's like you're dragged in and you're like, oh shit, I gotta really think about this, I gotta really understand this. And so it forces us to really think about what is going on. So interesting way of looking at life. I love this deck. I don't know, you guys let me know if you like this deck. If you want me to do an oracle reading like maybe once a week or something, let me know. Okay, you got the fault line, the fissure, the crack, the weak link. Imagine walking across a frozen lake that begins to crack before your eyes. No matter how optimistic and brave you might be, panic ensues. You become fearful and tense and long for stable ground. This all has to do with stability, you guys. Such is the energy of the fault line. It is the energy of walking on eggshells, of precarious dynamics, of sensing what is ready to break open into chaos. It is likely this cracking open is overdue. As fault lines develop slowly and naturally from underlying elemental pressures, this card comes as a potent warning not to deny the shakiness that is afoot. It is better to prepare yourself for change than to walk along the fault line pretending all is well. There is no easy fix for the situation at hand. It will require a foundational shift that alters the current dynamic from the ground up. When in the light, it is redefining reality, breaking open. When in the dark, it's precariousness, pretending, and delusion. In Japanese kintsugi pottery, gold is used to mend cracks. Breaks are thought of as precious rather than something to be hidden. Yeah, it's not a weakness. It's not a weakness to, I think it's even worse to deny yourself, to deny, everything and pretend that nothing is wrong. I think that's living a fake life. It's not living a joyful life, It's pretending that all is well when nothing really is well. Okay. Okay. So they told me to pull out the last two cards. So let me go with Kairos, and then I'll read the last two cards. So there are multiple ways to read this deck. There's multiple ways to read it. Um, but if this resonated with you, let me know. I am also open for personal readings, and and yeah, if you would like one, I'll put it all in the description box. How come I can't find this one? What the hell? Maybe it's at the back. Oh, here it is. It's all the way in the back. Mythic time and synchronicity. We have all had experience. We have all had the experience of timelessness of life beyond the ticking of the clock. It may be felt as time standing still, slow motion, or losing track of time on a walk or in a lovely conversation. This is known as mythic time, and it is territory of Kairos. This card suggests that there is a secondary time continuum that goes beyond any earthly clocks and schedules. Within the nonlinear realm, we access divine timing. A single moment ripens with auspiciousness, and our actions change the trajectory of our whole life. Time becomes a living thing that watches over us and tells us precisely when to speak or act. When this card appears, it is all about patience and precision. No clock can guide you. Wait for the rush of inner knowing and not a moment longer. When in the light, it is alignment, ease in decisions and actions. When in the dark, you're fighting against time. Compare the Greek words chronos and kairos. This will guide you to the understanding of logos and mythos. Interesting. So this all has to do with the when I say things like trust the timing of your life, that's what I mean. And then the last two cards that came out was the Mentor. I know the poet actually mentioned this. The Mentor and the Sword. This is beautiful. This is very profound, you guys. I love it. The Mentor, Queen, Mystical Creator, Sustainer, Healer, Cosmic. There's so much in this book, and it's so just interesting. Should be the Mentor is right here. The Mentor, the teacher, the sage, the guru. It is said that cosmic knowledge pours down on the world like a great illuminated waterfall. This can be an overwhelming force. The true teacher, though, is said to be able to hold this flow of wisdom at bay while the student sips from the focused stream. The mentor archetype has a gift of reading the room, for sensing the exact ingredient that will stimulate growth within the student, whether pleasant or painful. The mentor may appear aloof or available, harsh or tender, humorous or rigid. Their gift is to know what serves the soul. Ultimately, the mentor is in service of the greater cosmic good and aids in the elevation of consciousness. Anytime the mentor forgets this humble link and mistakes themselves for the source of enlightenment, the archetype falls into shadow. When in the light, focused, clear, bright, and remains a student. When in the dark, self serving, envious of youth, righteous, and rigid. Although it's typically true that parents are our initial teachers, the child will eventually seek a mentor figure outside of the home to assist with their growth. That's very true. That's very true. That's actually happened to me personally. I had to break free from a lot of conventional ideas and that's how I started this channel. Like, it took me years. 2015, people were like, well, Tosca, why didn't you start a channel? Why, you should do a YouTube channel, you should do this, you should do that. And I'm like, I'm not ready. But when 2022 came, I swear to God, that was when I was ready. I had to really find myself. I had to really I have a mentor. I have my own personal mentor, and he really helped me go within, let things go. When my father, passed on, like, I didn't know what to do, and he was there for me, and things just kind of happened that way. I don't know. There's not a lot. Where's the sword? Hold on. Here it is. No, that's the storm. There's so much in this book. It's unreal. But you guys made this happen for me, so I wanted to tell you guys thank you. So I did a little reading for you guys. I wonder if there's a table of contents here. The sword. $189. Whenever I actually have a sword. Interestingly enough, I have a sword tattooed right here. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. It's a katana, and it says revolutionary. And I had someone, this was years ago when I first moved to Atlanta. I had a preacher who, prophesied over me. I've never had that before. Someone just prophesied over me. He just told me to come up. Altar call. I've never done this before. Told me to come up and said, you're going to be speaking to the masses. I don't know how you're going to do it, but you're going to be speaking to the masses. And when you when you speak to the masses, it's like, it's going to be revolutionary. It's not like you're reinventing the wheel, but you're helping people kind of understand. It's like you don't think the way the rest of us do. I never had that. Never had anyone prophesy. I was like, my jaw dropped out, tears on the ground. I was like on my knees. I was like, oh my God, Jesus, like, what is this? And it floored me. And then I decided, you know what? It's time to get a sword tattoo. Because sword, like the Ace of Swords, is truth. It's truth. It's enlightenment. It's understanding. It's knowing yourself and knowing what part you play in other people's lives, what part you play in the world, and to actually just, to me, like with the sword, it's like you choose to be yourself, because how you're doing things is no one else can do it. No one else. I don't care how many tarot readers you watch. I don't participate in reading like them. I try to be objective, but I also try to share it with some kindness and love, and and some form of entertainment. But I do feel like with the sword, it's all about the spoken word and speaking your truth. I believe in speaking your truth. I believe what's in the dark will come to light. I believe that when you change your mind, things will come into play and reality actually happens for you. Like life happens for you, not to you. So, when I talk about manifesting, I truly believe in manifesting. When I talk about um if someone's feeling like shit, I really feel like, oh yeah, so and so is feeling like not too good today. Like it's just one of those days. But I speak with a sense of, I try to read with a sense of authenticity and authority, because this stuff is real to me, you guys. It's real. So, last card, the sword. The sword, the knife, the blade, the weapon. To use the sword is to decide. The blade separates one reality from another. The choice is made and all else falls away. If you find the sword in your grasp, you can no longer hesitate. This weapon requires a clear and decisive and willingness to act. An onlooker may think the sword bearer is hasty and violent, but the most compassionate and responsible gesture is one that is honest, swift, and accurate. Our first encounter with the sword is at birth, when the cord we share with the mother is cut. This moment defines our separation from her and begins our journey of becoming ourself. We must make these cuts again and again if we are to grow. Decisions shape our life, and the sword is an infamous shaper of our destiny. Yeah, that's why I say sometimes it is your choice. And there are moments where I say, yeah, the fate lies in your hands. Like it really does. You create your own reality. And I truly believe that. When in the light, cutting through to what is essential. When in the dark, hasty backstabbing, a dull and painful blade. Boundary making, prioritizing, and clarifying are all gestures made possible by the sword. The sword is a metaphor for the pen and the brush, the artist's fierce and graceful tools. All right, you guys, that's all I have for today. Look how beautiful these cards are. I just wanted to read this out for you guys and just see if you guys like it. See if you guys want like an oracle reading, like a short, even if it's just a short, 10-15 minute oracle reading once a week or something, if you guys enjoy this. But I would not have done this without you guys. Like you guys made this happen for me. Every tarot deck I get, every moment I have with the divine, I'm just very grateful that you guys are in my life, and I am sending you guys massive love and light. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you in the next video. And yeah, I read all your comments. I may not respond all the time, but I read all your comments. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this. And I'm here for you guys. I'm here.